And now, as you sink into a deeper and more peaceful relaxation, you realize that you are indeed worthy of abundant wealth. You know that 1% of the population does indeed control 50% of the money, and yet that 1% has nothing on you. You are all that they are and more. You realize that the number one skill in making more money is the ability to communicate, and that communication equals wealth. You realize that the highest paid people on the planet are the people that can communicate easily and readily. You've released all of your fear of public speaking, and you are now secure in your ability to communicate with others. You realize that in communication, what you get back is what you send out. And you choose to send out to the world the communication that you deserve and desire phenomenal wealth. Each and every day that goes by, you become more effective at communicating, paying close attention to how others respond to you. You realize that dynamic communicators are responsible for both the sending and the receiving of communication, and you're willing to take that responsibility, realizing that you'll be rewarded accordingly. You know that the quality of your life is the quality of your communication, both internally and to the outside world. And you find yourself thinking many times throughout the day, I deserve money. I'm worthy of more. When other people pay you compliments or give you gifts, you simply say the words, thank you, fully secure in the knowledge that you deserve that. You realize your self-communication is of the utmost importance in the creation of money, and you desire to make more money so that you can support yourself and those that you love in ways that are positive, productive, and powerful. You realize that whatever you send out will come back to you manyfold, and so you send out into the world the communication that you desire to support others in their pursuit of abundance as well. You realize that money is made first in the mind, that everything begins in thought, and thoughts are things. You have learned to think about awesome wealth and all of your situations differently. You realize that you will never create incredible abundance through your labors alone. You know that you are now learning to leverage your key financial resources, your ideas, your time, and your money to get more of what you want. You also realize that in order to be wealthy, you must create more relationships. Each and every day that goes by, you find it easier to relate to other people by listening to what they say and supporting them in what they're going for. You inspire them to help you in what you're going for. You realize that it's easier to begin with the end in mind. And so because your vision is strong, your purpose definitive, your desire great, you inspire other people to support you. Because you know where you're going, you invite others to come along. You realize that it is better to surround yourself with people that you want to be, instead of surrounding yourself with people you are better than to feed your ego. You desire to surround yourself with people of wealth. You desire to be near people that are doing things right, to learn what they're doing and do them in your own life. You realize that in order to create phenomenal wealth, you will now make decisions quickly. You let your yes be yes. You let your no be no. You know that you can always change your mind. You know the sooner you make a decision, the sooner you'll find out the effectiveness or ineffectiveness of that decision. So you now make decisions quickly. You also understand the value of your time. You choose to focus your time on going for more instead of protecting yourself from loss. You realize the only way to lose is to protect yourself from loss, and you choose to go for more. You realize that to spend 20 minutes on saving $1 is ridiculous unless you're earning $1 in an hour, and you are certainly worth more than $1 an hour. You also realize that no one with a $5 mentality ever made $1,000 in their pocket, and you realize in this moment that you are indeed a millionaire whose money simply has not been deposited in your bank account. You make decisions quickly, and you create relationships easily. You know the value of your time. And because of that, you refuse to jump over dollars to pick up dimes. You choose to let go of those people and places and occurrences that have cost you money. And you choose now to focus on gaining more. You know that the rich get richer, and the more you can appreciate the dime in your pocket, the more you'll appreciate the dollar. You also realize the enjoyment of accepting abundance from others, and you eagerly accept their gifts and their praise. You realize that it is better to have desires than demands, and you desire things in your life and yet enjoy what you have now. You know that the rich get richer, and you realize that it's not necessarily that something costs too much. It's in that moment you might not be able to afford it, and yet you desire to create plans and strategies that allow you to step by step create the things that you want. You are totally responsible for what something costs, and you know that in any moment you can do something powerful and productive that moves you in the right direction of getting what you want. You know that being a workaholic will not produce money. It will produce lots of work. You know that those that think govern those that labor. You also know that when your ideas are good, your money will flow to you. So you enjoy thinking and creating, brainstorming with yourself and other people, realizing that a single idea, a flash of thought, can be worth millions of dollars. You also realize that you are already a millionaire, whose money might not have been deposited in your bank account yet. And because you treat your Pinto as if it was a Rolls Royce, you will not treat your Rolls Royce as if it were a Pinto. Right now, you choose to live impeccably. You choose to live the life of a millionaire in abundant wealth, to walk and talk and think as if you were already the wealthiest person on the planet. All of these beneficial ideas make a deep and lasting impression upon your subconscious mind, never to be removed, to be recalled the moment you say the word profit. Take a long, deep breath right now. Breathe in deeply. And as you exhale, say the word profit out loud. Take another long, deep breath and breathe out again and say the word profit out loud. Profit. You realize that lack of money can be an incredible inspiration, and so you never let the lack of money slow you down. In fact, by putting yourself at stake, you realize that it inspires you to go for more, and you do go for more. You realize that in each and every moment, you must be ready to seize opportunity. So in any moment that you're not making money, you're going for more money. You're teaching yourself. You're learning new skills. You're meeting new people that can impact you and help you get more. You realize that to seize opportunity, you must be prepared. And you spend your time preparing for making money, as well as making money in the moment. You also realize that you must do what you love, and the money will follow. No risk, no goodies. And in any moment, you're either making money or losing money. You realize that money is a product of doing a great job, and there's nothing wrong with making money. In order to do that, you must provide a service or produce a product. No matter what you do, you're in the habit of doing more than you're paid for. You're in the habit of giving a little more, helping a little more, providing more than you promised, and certainly overproducing. You know that wealthy people keep score, and you choose from this moment forward to keep track of your finances. You choose to pay attention to where the money goes and know how to use it wisely. You realize that balance and diversification are the keys to riches, and you balance your time between pleasure, profit, or programming. You balance your time between enjoying your life, working for more money, and learning the skills necessary to enhance your life. You also are in the habit of doing the worst things first. You realize that if you keep doing things in the same way, you'll keep producing the same results. And you're always focused on changing your strategies to change your outcome. You realize that in order to create phenomenal wealth, you now become more persistent. You now become more persistent. You realize to create great wealth, you must risk and step up to the plate. As you swing the bat, you realize each and every time brings you one step closer to getting what you want. You never ask yourself the question, can I? You now ask yourself the question, how can I? You realize the power of being unique, and you choose to be the very best at what you do. You know that there is always a market for someone who is willing to be the very best. And since someone is going to be the best, you now know it can be you. You choose to get paid for what you produce and not how long you work. And you're constantly looking at your life and finding ways to do things better and more quickly so that you can enjoy more of your life. You realize that it's easy to change habits, and you can change your habits easily and readily. Instead of goals, you have plans that are broken down step by step. You're always promoting what you're doing. Since you're proud of what you do, you tell others often, and you eagerly persuade them to become involved in your product or service or your inspiration or mission. You know that you'll always get more by doing more. And when you do more, you have more fun because you love what you do. You choose to do things that are inspirational to you, and in turn, they inspire others. You know that some is better than none, and better late than never. You're willing to surrender quickly when you know you're off track to put yourself back on track again. You know that an object in motion tends to stay in motion, and you now avoid negative input. You avoid the television and the radio and the newspaper. You're secure in the fact that if anything is important, you'll find out about it soon enough. You always focus on going for more instead of going for less. You constantly ask yourself the question, do my current actions move me closer to the things I want or further away? You know what you need to do now, and you know that money will not buy you happiness. You must appreciate where you are now, because where you're at later will be where you're at now then. You know that you are indeed a wonderful, deserving, incredible human being. You are certainly worthy of an abundant, wealth-filled life. You already possess the tools necessary to create an awesome amount of money. You realize that a fleeting thought can be worth millions of dollars. You enjoy going for more and laugh while you focus others going for less. You savor the wanting as much as the having, and you let them think that you're weak when you're strong and strong when you're weak. You realize the journey of 1,000 leagues begins with a step, and everything begins in thought. You know that the number one characteristic in creating more wealth is the ability to set plans and follow through. You realize the closer something is, the more specific you get in your planning. In addition, you are always gentle with yourself. You list action quotas instead of production quotas, realizing as long as you're taking an action, most likely you're moving closer to what you want. Any action is an appropriate action that either creates more abundance for you or teaches you the lesson of how to create more in the future. You plan high. You know that it is better to aim for the moon and strike only an eagle than to aim for an eagle and strike only a rock. You chunk down all of your plans into step-by-step, doable portions. You realize that each and every moment you spend going towards what you want indeed brings you closer to that attainment. You post the things that you want around you on notes and papers so that you can read them every day. You commit to yourself and to others with a deadline, the things that you want to accomplish. You know the more you commit to other people, the more likely you are to accomplish what you want, and you eagerly commit those plans to others in a way that inspires them to support you. You realize that unless you give service or knowledge or support to other people, they cannot assist you in your travels and in your plans. The only reason someone says no to you is a fear of loss. You realize that all decisions are made first on an emotional level and then backed up logically. You realize the art of inspiring other people is to first gain their trust and rapport. You do this by being empathetic, by understanding their needs and desires, and by providing them the thing that they want most. You also know the only way to find out what they want is to elicit their outcome, and you ask them, what do you want? Recognizing people give their needs in descending order. If they don't know what they want, then you give them permission not to know, by saying, I know you don't know. If you did know what you wanted, what would it be? You also are quick to close people and to get them to commit, by asking either or questions, which assume that they want what you're selling. You realize that you are always selling, always promoting, always inspiring others to be a part of your program. You realize unless you have definitive plans, you'll become a part of someone who does. And so you choose to have specific plans and desires, and every day take step-by-step action to their attainment. You understand the power of priority management, and each and every night you set down the things that you're going to accomplish the next day. You list them in the order of importance, and you begin with number 1 until its completion, moving on to number 2, number 3, and so on and so forth. You always appreciate the fact that you get the most important things done, and you do the worst things first. You know that to get, you must learn to ask. And when you ask others for what you want, you're specific. You're persistent. You recognize to get what you want, you must ask the right person. You also expect resistance, and you deal with it joyfully and easily. You accept whatever happens in your request, and you keep asking. If you're not getting what you want, you simply change your strategy or the person that you're asking. You are indeed worthy of abundance and wealth beyond your wildest expectations. You have begun with the end in mind, and you know what your perfect day of work and your perfect day of play looks like. And you play that tape over and over in your mind as you go to sleep, and each and every day as you encounter times of stress and wondering why you're doing what you're doing. You stay focused and on track because you're inspired, and you enjoy your life. You realize that wealthy people inspire cooperation through genuinely enjoying other people. It's easy for them to create relationships because they have a genuine interest in what other people are doing. You recognize the more interested you are in other people, the more interested they are in you, and they desire to support you because of your vision and because of your focus. Each and every day that goes by, these beneficial ideas and concepts make a deep and lasting impression upon your subconscious mind, always to remain, to be recalled the moment you say the word profit. Take a long, deep breath, and as you exhale, say the word profit out loud. Take another long, deep breath, and again, say the word profit. That's fine, you're doing perfectly. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. The moment I say the number 5, you'll open your eyes, you'll stretch your arms, feeling fantastic in every way. You'll have an overwhelming desire to take immediate action, to begin moving in the direction of the things that you want most. The moment you open your eyes, you'll have an eagerness and a confidence to create relationships with others that will support you in going for the profits, riches, and wealth that you deserve. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. The moment I say the number 5, you'll open your eyes, you'll stretch your arms, you'll smile, and you'll say the word profit out loud. On number 1, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, you feel good. On number 2, your body has a natural energy coursing through its veins. On number 3, it feels as if your body has been washed in a crystal clear brook. You feel fantastic. On number 4, your eyes and mind have been washed in that brook. You are seeing and thinking more clearly. On the next number, number 5, open your eyes, stretch your arms, smile, say the word profit out loud. Number 5, wide awake, fully aware. Breathe in deeply and say the word profit out loud. That's fine. You're doing perfectly. You recognize that you do indeed deserve the abundance this life has to offer. What you focus on expands, and from this moment on, you choose to focus on things that support you in your attainment of wealth. You are indeed a phenomenal human being, and wealth now comes easily and readily to you from this moment forward.